Professor Mondul, for your valuable talk. Now, Honorable Guest and Speaker Dr. Amulya Kumar Acharya, Associate Professor and Head, PG Department of Education, Fokirmohon University, Balasore, Odisha, India. Please share your screen.
Sorry, madam, I could not manage time to prepare a slide. Am I audible?
No.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good evening to all of you. It's my privilege and honor to be a part of this webinar. Issues and challenges of India, organized by Online Teaching ICSSR project Girls College Hooghly, West Bengal. At first, I am thankful and grateful to Principal, Honorable Principal, and speakers of this webinar, and I am also thankful to the convener and organizing committee of this webinar. My topic I shall discuss on NEP 2020, a roadmap to face the issues and challenges of education in elementary schools of border areas of Indo-Bangladesh. So far as education is concerned, you know that Sa Vidya Ya Vimuktaye, education is that which can emancipate, which can remove all the darkness, and we can remove the ignorance of a human being. And you know the primary education is very essential, and it's quite important for each and everyone. And in spite of various committees, commissions, and you know that various acts, policies since the last a couple of years, since independence and pre-independence also, still we are not able to achieve the target of primary education or 100% or 100% literacy. The problem is of a variety in nature. I shall discuss. And as so far as border areas are concerned, that Indo-Bangladesh, it may be Indo-Bangladesh or Pakistan, more or less the problems are equal and the problems are uniform in nature. Someone is sharing, I think. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Please stop.
Ajit Kumar Patil, kindly stop your sharing.
Okay, no problem.
Ajit Kumar Patil,
I think he will look it.
Stop.
You know that,
Sir, excuse me, sir, not display the slides.
There are
Not display our slides.
oh
Another person display.
okay, it's okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So far as you know that the border area is concerned and Indo-Bangladesh border is concerned, and West Bengal is having the largest border areas and among all the states. And you know that there are different states: West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram. These are the states having Indo-Bangladesh. Somewhere under demarcated and stretches, and some are also some dispute areas are there, and there are controversy over there, and the problem of border areas equal to each and every places, not only Indo-Bangladesh, other places also, that illegal migrations and movements, transborder crime, drug and human trafficking, landless and homeless people living there, religious problems are there, migrant laborers are, you can find migrant laborers are there, unsuitable home conditions, poor health conditions, and you know that there are so many other problems as professors, all my previous professors, they have discussed about the problems. I'm not going to deal all those problems. So far as education is concerned, primary education is concerned, you know that in 2009 there is a bill, that is there is an act, that is RT Act, which which has become that means education for all, and there are so many other policies, you know that. But even if in Article 45 it is clearly mentioned, the state shall endeavor to provide free and compulsory education irrespective of caste, creed, color, sex and religion to its country people. As well as the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan also, that class 1 to 8, that we have to ensure, each and every, the state has to ensure the education for 8 years, free and compulsory education, and because of that so many schemes are there. And that education, so for an example, it's the developmental indicators of every countries. And as you know that India and Bangladesh both are developing countries, and that education is one of the most important indicators for our national development, for our per capita income, for other gross developmental, and so many things are there. I'm not going to discuss. And we have to ensure whether the students taking admission in primary schools, they are getting acquiring cognitive skills. Our children enroll in preschools or school in early years, they are getting cognitive skills. They are acquiring the 3 years and minimum level of learnings. That is one question. Second question, language skills. Do young children have early language skills? I have faced the problem. I was there for 12 years in West Bengal, and I have visited some of the border areas also. That Radinagar Thana, there I was there for 2 days, and I visited also in Chapra and Karimpur area also I have visited. And I have seen, even if in schools, I have visited, many students are unable to read their mother tongue. They are unable to read the Bengali. What about the other languages? So the main aim and basic aim of primary education is 3 years, reading, writing and arithmetic, but they fail to achieve those things. So this is another problem, that that is speaking, reading and listening and understanding. That is also very important, that speaking skill, reading skill and writing skills, these also they fail. Next, do young children have sense of number and quantity? That many students, even if you go to the annual status survey of education, you can find the very miserable and vulnerable part of our country, people and students of primary schools, they fail to write even in their own mother tongue, in their own home language. They, even if unable, even if they are class 6 and 7, it has been observed more than 30 to 40% students, they are unable to add and subtract and multiply and divide. So this is very miserable, which they're supposed to even complete and they're supposed to acquire. So this is another problem. It's the problem all over India. In different parts of the country, you can find such students, and this is particularly vulnerable in the border areas due to different factors. Next, can children do simple problem solving tasks? If you ask the simple questions, they have studied the history, they have studied the geography, even if they cannot make out their name, their home district, their panchayat, their pradhan, they cannot name. They are studying in class 6, 7th, 8th. They are going to complete the elementary schools, but they fail to name the local body's name. And also the state chief ministers, they don't know, even if they are going to, the basic knowledge, the basic problem solving ability also they don't have. Another problem they have, you can find most of the, according to the annual status survey, report most of the students, they are having social and emotional learning problem. Our young children identify emotions. You will find there are so many emotional problems. They fight each other with their friends, with their peer groups. They use slang language, and also they don't have the healthy habits. So many problems you can find. So these are the things we see not only in border areas, in other parts of the country, and vulnerable is in the border areas. And as Professor Mukhopadhyay sir, Dulal Mukhopadhyay sir, and Honorable Principal and Professor Banerjee Madam, they have discussed about the problems of primary education in border areas. And I am telling you, this is not only the problem of border areas, these are the problem of different parts of our country. Teachers' accountability. I can tell you, the teachers, they're supposed to reach at the institutions and open to the schools at 10 or 10:30 or 11. But most of the teachers, they reach at 11:30, 12. I have experience. While I was teaching as a teacher in B.Ed college in Nadia and Murshidabad districts, I have visited those places, the border areas and the rural areas. The teachers, they don't attend in time. Most of the teachers, they reach at the school at 11, 11:30, or sometimes also 12, I can find. And so this is teachers' accountability. Even if they reach and they don't attend the class regularly, and they go for and takes attendance, take one class, and after that nobody is going and sitting in that class, and students are roaming here and there, and this is the common problem, that is lack of accountability is there. Teachers appointment and transfer, you can find in the border areas there are problems of vacancies, and most of the teachers are para teachers or your madhyamik and primary contractual teacher, that the terminology I used to tell. Sorry, I'm not remembering the designation at present. And lack of training. You know, RT Act is already enacted in 2010, but there are teachers I have seen, particularly in I'm not blaming the state government, and the poor the functioning of RT Act is in West Bengal with related to teachers training. So far as I have compared to the Odisha state, and they used to get all sorts of training, and that is in true sense. And also, if at all someone is not attending the training, he won't get the increment, and that salary will be closed if one is not attending. So in West Bengal, I see, particularly not only in border areas, in other parts, they hesitate to attend the training of RT Act, and that they do not do it properly. That's a result of they fail to attract the students, they fail to identify the special children, they fail to conduct continuous and comprehensive evaluation. So many things are, and joyful learning and other things are there in RT Act. So these are the things they have to ensure, and training is very important, and that is a problem of primary education. Because of that, the parents, they hesitate to send their children to government school instead of private schools. And early childhood care and education, this is another problem that our NEP 2020 is going to give importance. This is one of the advantage of West Bengal government. They have introduced the early childhood care and education before introducing also this central government, as Anganwadi is there, but in West Bengal they have attached it in also Shishu Shreni. In some of the schools I found they are running the Shishu Shreni, though it is not functioning in true sense, but there is a Shishu Shreni. This will help, this will foster for school going habit. This will foster for school going habit, but we have to monitor it properly. We have to give proper training to the teachers. We have to make aware of the parents, because most of the parents, they are migrant workers, particularly, or they are seasonal workers, or both husband and wife, both are engaged in the fields. So who will take those small children? And many parents, they have more than 2 or 3 children in the border areas due to the ignorance, due to the religious factors and all, that they have more children. So elder one is engaging the younger one at home. While the parents are at field, or while the parents are busy in domestic work, or they are out of home, the younger one is looked after by the elder one. As a result of, he is not going. So wastage and stagnation is there, even though that we give them full attendance because to get the midday meal grants. But in real sense, I can say, even if it's a problem in Odisha, problem in West Bengal and all over India, so whatever the enrollment we used to have in our schools, the students, they don't turn up regularly. This is a common problem. This is a common problem for each and every state. So we are giving some fake names. They are studying in English medium, or they are migrated, they are not there, or they have left the studies, but we are continuing their names. It's happening. But government is becoming strict enough to check those things. In later on, it will be removed. So next, lack of equity and equality. How you are telling equity and equality? You just see, we don't have special education centers. What about the handicapped students? What about the intellectually challenged students? Our teachers, they are failed to teach. They are failed to harness those problems. They are failed to handle those students. So inclusive education only in paper and pen, but in real sense, you can find most of the physically and intellectually challenged students, they are leaving the schools and they are mostly vulnerable with related to attendance and continuation of education. And you know that lack of coordination is another problem. As I see, I have observed that as the parents are mostly uneducated and they are belonging to low poverty or below poverty, you can find that there is a less coordination of teacher and a student, a parent in the particular area. As a result of the teacher, they fail to identify the individual problems of the students. That is very important. In order to attract the students, in order to assure maximum participation and maximum attendance and enrollment, we should have a better correlation and coordination and congenial relationship with the community people. That we feel that is very important for the border areas. The teacher and the parents relationship, the teacher and students relationship, that must be strengthened. Next problem, that poverty and illiteracy of parents, that I have already discussed. Poor school atmosphere and home atmosphere. I can tell you, there are some schools that it depends on the nature of the teacher and nature of the principal and the accountability and responsibility of the principal and attitude of the principal and headmaster. Some schools, they are well boundary, that there is a good boundary is there, good garden is there, so many playing instruments are there, and the students are sitting very nicely. They have a chatai to sit for the midday meal, and there is a basin for washing their hands and different facilities, and there is the toilets are very clean, and that is regularly cleaned by the teachers or by the help of the students, as peons are not available in primary schools. But there are some schools I have seen, the toilets are lock and key all the time. Only the teacher, they open and enter. So you know that primary school is now, elementary school is up to 8 years, that is up to the class 8 years of schooling. And the girl who is studying in a class 6, 7 and 8 is matured enough, and she is matured enough, she is not feeling comfortable to go to that toilet in open place. But I have observed many students in schools, they go to the toilet in open place. So this is another problem. In spite of funds, but we don't have enough toilets. Only one toilet is there. So one girl is getting a very speed toilet, and she can't wait for 5 minutes. Another has entered in the toilet. So we should have many toilets instead of 1 or 2. But many teachers, what they are doing lock and key, and 1 or no toilets are there for the students. I have faced many students are going open toilets. So this is another issue for the students and for the schools, not only border areas, for other parts of the country, even if in Odisha, in other parts. And migrant students, that is another problem. You know that as a very few, I am finishing only within 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes. As you know that as many parents they don't get a suitable job or occupation in the nearby place, so they leave to the other place, to the cities, to the urban areas, or to the different states they migrate. So while the father is migrated and father is staying there, and the son or daughter is at home place, or with the cousin, or with the relatives, or with the maternal uncle, uncle or paternal uncle, whatever it is. So they don't take care, and parents, they leave the place and leaving the child. That I have faced, that I have seen. So what happened? That particular child is not at all serious, because we don't have hygienic conditions, we don't have separate study rooms, we fail to maintain good study habits, because that society and the community is very poor quality there. And you know that there are so many factors. I'm not going to discuss all those things, otherwise we'll go outside. So how to harness these problems? And gender inequality is also there. Sometimes you can find the boy is studying in a mission school, sending to the mission school or to alumni mission or any other residential school, but the daughter is studying in the village schools. So after completion or before completion, even if early marriage is there, I have seen in Hariharapada block, that is also near to that means just a few kilometers are there, Lalgola and other parts are there, Karimpur there. Even if I have faced class 6 and 7 girls, they used to get married, but forcibly by the parents. So this is the problem also for leaving the schools, leaving the two schools, and also orthodox, because you know the religious factor is there. As the girl is growing up, and parents, they hesitate to send their child, even if till date there are some, and also the walking distance in a border areas, you cannot find within 1 kilometer there is a school. As primary school supposed to be within 1 kilometer, there are schools which are more than 2 kilometers, more than 2.5 kilometers built, and they are walking. So in that case also, many hesitate to walk. And also that different, you know that most of the border areas are inaccessible. There are forests, there are rivers, there are you know that different kacha road are there. So it's quite difficult for the students to attend the classes regularly. In rainy season, you can find the students, they don't attend. Even if in harvesting, and particularly in this season, also many they don't attend. Even if you can find during the festivals, if that is a Muslim minority, Muslim based dominated area, you can find before 10-15 days and after 10-15 days of a particular festival, they don't attend the classes regularly. If that particular border area is Hindu dominated area also, you can find before puja and after puja, many they don't attend. So you can find the major problem is the teacher, they are unable to complete the syllabus, and that minimum level of learning is not there. That are another issues that we have to be very careful. And what NEP 2020 has given importance, that respect for diversity and a local context. Respect for diversity and local context with related to curriculum, pedagogy and policy. Equity and inclusion. National policy and education policy, equity and inclusion. Community participation. Use of technology, that is in teaching, learning, and also removing the language barriers for Divyang, for students, those who are for students, and for planning and management. That is the key principles of school education according to NEP. And what are the focus areas of NEP? That as my topic is that solving the problem that road for focusing the issues, key issues of border areas, key focus of areas, socio-economically disadvantaged group. This NEP has given, but that the role is of state governments and central governments, allocation of funds, that future will say whether we are going to achieve or not, but what the policy is saying and dealing. Socio-economically disadvantaged groups, that you know that most of the border areas, the populated areas are below socio-economic status. Socio and economically disadvantaged sections of the society, mostly scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, minorities, and also you can find the other most of the students also due to ignorance of other things. You can find also the bank also that handicap is intellectually and socially challenge are there, and also other types of students you can get. That also that is inclusive education is given importance. Gender identities, female and transgender major, because you know that if you see the illiteracy rate and gross enrollment ratio of those areas, I have not studied, I have not taken any research or individual research or any grant to study those things. But I have keen interest, though I have studied one or two regarding the Muslim minority status of their education, but the border areas I have not taken. But we can find that the gender, that gross enrollment inequality among the female and transgenders. Transgenders, they hardly go to the schools. You can find there are many transgenders, but they never attend. But in the urban areas, they are more aware. You can find in Kolkata and cities, also they are more aware and they are completing their education. They are also in different white collar jobs and they are in different professions. And geographical identities. We have to give more, this policy has given more importance to the villages, small towns and aspirational districts. That those districts are aspirational, that is having much more problem. And disabilities, socio-economic conditions, this is a meeting problem. Socio-cultural problems, SC, ST, OBC and minority people, this is. And what are the strategies? Ensuring equity, that waiving the fees as earlier it was. Counselor, this one is a very new thing, that no school is having counselor, or particularly these border areas, the schools, they need counselors, the community, they need counselors to harness, to solve the different problems, not only the educational problem, the other social problem, personal problem. You know that domestic violence and other things are there, that drug addiction, drug abuse, different antisocial works, as previous speaker they have announced, and learning outcome based. So we are only passing the students. We are only সব টেবিল চেয়ার সব পাস হয়ে যাচ্ছে, সবাই পাস, কেউ থাকবে না, সবাইকে পাস করিয়ে দিচ্ছে। How much they learned, how far the objective achieved, what are the learning outcome, that nobody is ensuring those things. We have to be very careful. But there are schools, I can tell you, one teacher, headmaster is there, and he is very particular. He used to tell that primary teacher, I know him very well, Asim Adhikari, one of the best teacher of Harihara block, that he used to tell my students that you ask per student who is not answering, who is not raising the hand. So that we have to ensure what is the outcome based. Our learning should be outcome based, output based. That should be very careful. And that is why this online and digital education is given importance. Inclusive education is given importance. Access and inclusion is given, and holistic development of school. That school cluster, other schools will help for growing. That school cluster would be there. Innovative pedagogy, experiential learning, what Gandhiji has given importance during basic education, the concept of basic education, learning through inquiry, learning through discovery, not rote memory. Mukhosto kore nilam, porikhate likhe dilam, giye pass kore gelam. That is happening. That should not be. That promotion of peer tutoring, that the elder one will teach the younger one, that is also written in this NEP. That peer tutoring, that is very influential. Jodi kono ekjon bhalo, one good student, one innovative student, one intelligent student will be teaching to the other students, and they will learn many things. And weightage to the curricular and co-curricular, 50-50%. Earlier, our system of education was only curricular. We are giving more importance to the scholastic areas. Non-scholastic areas was not there. Only in English medium schools they used to give. Hardly any functions we arrange. So both scholastic and non-scholastic. কেন ভোকেশনাল এডুকেশনটা দিতে হবে, ছোটবেলা থেকে তাদেরকে healthy habits and scalable skills develop করতে হবে. We have to help them. The বাগানটা তৈরি করতে হবে, বেগুন সেখানে করতে হবে, their leisure time. It's not essential to keep them in the school for 5 hours, 6 hours only for academic purpose. Let them learn how to do agriculture, how to do forestry, how to do fishery. Let the students to take to the to a pond where the people they are doing a fisheries there. Let them learn how it is done. So if at all he won't get a job, let the students to do other manual works also, different projects, different aspects. Let them visit the occupations of the people. That should be, because need-based curriculum. Because of this, the students are not taking interest to study. That one fellow I asked that from Murshidabad, he was working in a construction building. I asked him that what is your age? He said 14. So how much you have studied? He said 4 ক্লাস অবধি পড়েছে, তারপরে তো ছেড়ে দিয়েছে, বাবা মা আমাকে কাজে পাঠিয়ে দিল, আমি এখন ইট ফিট এইসব হেল্প করছি। কত টাকা পাচ্ছ? না 200 টাকা পার রোজ। তো কেন পড়লে না? The primary teacher 14,000 টাকা পায়। This one only 2013 I asked him. A primary teacher gets 14,000, and if we 4 brothers, it's not essential that all the brothers they will work. If we 4 brothers will be a very efficient and skilled constructor or worker or the mechanic, that is mason, that will earn per head 15 to 20,000 per month, and we can earn more than 80,000. একটা প্রাইমারি টিচার আমাদের গ্রামে ও স্কুল করতে পারলো না, বিল্ডিং করতে পারলো না, কিন্তু আমরা বিল্ডিং করে দিয়েছি। So this example they give because they do not understand the importance of education, that the education they relate with the money, the education they relate with the material. So this is the problem in the border areas, this is the problem in the rural areas, this is the problem of uneducated children, of the parents of uneducated fathers, that we have to reduce. That mismatch we have to feel that this is the moving away from rote memory, multilingualism, home language and other mother tongue, that supporting gifted students. There is no scope for supporting gifted students, because every time we have to teach again and again the same chapter, same content, because the students are unable to answer. The gifted students, the intelligent students, he is not liking that particular class. The teacher, that whatever I know, whatever I learned earlier, the teacher is repeating the same thing. And the learning should be both formal and non-formal. Those who are leaving the class, those who are not unable, those who are not attending the classes regularly, we have to promote the non-formal education besides the formal education, non-formal education. And teacher recruitment is very important. That ratio must be maintained properly. And another thing I am telling you, the role of the para teacher is to visit the villages, is to identify those who are not attending classes regularly or left the school or drop out, but really they never visit, they never inquire. So that is why we are failed to achieve 100% literacy in the border areas. So this is another problem, and the teacher himself, they are not attending the issues, not meeting the tasks what they are supposed to do. The teacher is a great problem. Another thing is a politician, that I'm very much that some politicians they feel that if all will be educated, then who will run in our rally? So this is another issue, particularly in border areas, that I have seen, that for vote banking, I told one fellow that why you will be going during this time to cast a vote, and that as you don't have a ticket, so why are you going? He said, if I don't go for vote, then I won't get the ration, I won't get any help from my community people. So even if he is staying far place, that he is not aware that casting vote is right, that he is going to cast the vote to get the political help from the political people. So political people are misusing, they are misguiding, that they are not supposed to be educated. If they will be educated, that the elite people of that particular area, the rich people of that particular area, who is a malik of a brick factory, that he won't get people to work. The person who is having so many acres of agricultural land, a landlord, he won't get the people to work in his field. So this is the basic problem, that the educated masses of that particular area, they wants that other people, they should be uneducated in that area. So these are the general issues. This is all my whatever my introspection. I may be right or may not be right, but whatever I have observed by staying 12 years in West Bengal, also different parts, the border, not only country border, even if the problem of a border of a different state border, that is the same issues are equal. Like if you see that the same issues are also existed in our national border, not only international border. So issues are more or less same, that may be national or international, that we have to be very careful as a teacher, as a stakeholder, as a parent, as a, that means a citizen, as a responsible citizen of the society, that we have to help out to solve this problem, that maximum participation, Sa Vidyaya Vimuktaye, that only we can solve the problem existing in a society, not only in India and Bangladesh, that we can be a global, we can solve the problem globally if there will be education. Education is an investment. Education is not an expenditure. That everyone supposed to understand, that education is an investment. অত পড়াশোনা করে কি হবে, লাস্টে তো ওই গিয়ে কাজ করব। So this concept is there with the people, and there is no service, no job without money, without bribe. So this question also they ask the students, স্যার চাকরি তো পাওয়া যাবে না, পড়াশোনা করে কি হবে? এই দেখুন আমাদের গ্রামে কত এমএ করে সব ঘুরছি, প্রাইভেট টিউশন পড়াচ্ছে। So this example they give, that is why they are not studying. So that is why whenever we ask some children, some dropouts, they raise the same questions. What I will get? That minimum I am now able to write and read. So I don't require higher education or complete any sorts of madhyamik, whatever abhijan you make. Unless there is awareness among the parents, among the societal people, among the teacher, among the leader, and every citizenship, they should understand what are the social responsibility, what are their constitutional responsibility. So this is very important. We have to be very careful, and we have to achieve that there should not be any ignorance. There should not be, no one should left behind the school. No one should be beyond the schools within the age 6 to 14. That as per the Article 45 and Article 21, Sarva Shiksha Abhijan, this year RT Act, so many acts are there now. NEP is there, so many. This is all about my topic. So thank you all. Thank you, Prabhasis Dr. Prabhasis Mandal and other organizer, Dr. Chaudhary sir, principal, honorable principal, and online, for giving me an opportunity to share the views with people. Actually, I am not a specialized as a that I am not belong to the border areas, but I have visited sometimes, and many of my students, as I was there 2 years in B.Ed college, I have faced the problem. My students, they used to tell all those things. So even if some students of Ranaghat, that particular area, Gede and all, that border students, they used to come to Kolkata and study, and they used to tell various problems. And the problem is socioeconomic status. They are very poor. Many are. Even if one of my students, he used to, that he now his master degree from West Bengal State University, he used to tell that I used to cultivate the lands, I used to have vegetables in my field, then I used to sell and study. Sir, this is my parental income. So that is the problem. We have to remove illiteracy among the parents. We have to increase the standards of the parents, economic standards of the parents. Then only this problem will be solved. And we have to help them different opportunities, different vocational opportunities, and also awareness program is very important. Counseling program is very important to mitigate, to solve, to avoid the existing issues what is being discussed today. So thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. I did a mistake. Dr. currently working as an associate professor and head, PG Department of Education, Pokemon University, Balasore, Odisha. He has completed his master's degree in education from Shambhalpur University, Odisha, PhD degree in Education from Utkal University, Odisha. In higher education, he worked as assistant Anupati Mohavidyalaya, Shodhpur, Kolkata for 10 years under Higher Education Department, Government of West Bengal. Prior to the work as principal at Ihiapur B.Ed College under University of Bardhaman, worked as lecturer at Jagannath Engineering College, Jummitalaya, Constituent College under Nobapur University, Jharkhand, worked as assistant professor in B.Ed at Ishan Institute of Management and Technology, Greater Noida, UP. Worked as assistant professor in B.Ed at St. Vincent Pallotti College, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. He has published 24 numbers of research articles in different national and international journals. Also published a good numbers of chapter in edited books and author of 2 books so far. Presented papers in different national and international seminar, workshop, conference as paper presenter and speaker. Apart from that, he is good in handling administrative and academic responsibilities in his teaching career at different places successfully. His areas of interest are teaching education, guidance and counseling, educational psychology, trends and issues in education and tribal studies. He is also members in editorial board of 2 journals and also lifetime members of AIA and IATE. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I request Honorable